Our conclusion is that we have come to bury this program of sericulture. We have realized that sericulture has been owned by one person alone, and this person has disadvantaged fellow Ugandans.
That project was made for an individual, but I would recommend that the government takes it on.
So when I reached there, I thought I was going to use my powers as the Secretary for Production, maybe to monitor what is taking place in the production plot there. And I was turned down by those people at the gate. They told me there's no leader who is allowed to enter inside here. We still have very many issues to first of all settle with your community and your leadership. So, Honorable, respect yourself and go back.
The chivalo is faulty. It doesn't work.
Alright, Kumbala Express TV twagala kubanga ate tukutuusako eggulire lino nga bwe twagamba nti discover more every day. Tubadde ne storage tubadde tugoberera ebbanga era nga tubadde twebuuza lwaki Minister wa Science, Technology and Innovation Dr. Monica Musenero yasalawo n'asobola okubanga ate ablockinga billion, si million wawula billion 8 ezaali zisabiddwa ekitongole ekya 3D kino nga bakiyita Tropical Institute of Development Innovations era nga ekitongole kino kyasobola okubanga ate kisaba sente zino kisobola okubanga ate kyongera okubanga ate kirima malubarwe n'okubanga ate bakola siriki mu ggwanga erya Uganda. Naye we twadde tunoonyereza twagenzeeko Kween ne tusobola okubanga ate twebuuzaako ku bantu bano abantu b'e Kween naddala ekyepusikunya bo boogera ki ku project eno. Ekintu kye batugambye bagambye nti project eno tebagasa era nga bo abantu b'oku kitundu ekyepusikunya tebalina kye bakifunyeemu yadde akatono. Bagamba n'omuntu akola ku faamu mwennyini babajja bweru okusobola okubanga ate babaleeta mu kitundu kino okusobola okubanga ate bakola ku malubarwe farms zino eziri mu kyepusikunya. We twatuukiriddeko RDC atuhaire Hope yagambye nti naye ekintu kyamulema okusupervisinga kuba abantu bano buli lwagendayo tebamuwa information emala kubanga ate akwasaganya project eno n'okugimonitaringa obulungi. Bakansalas abavunaanyizibwa mu kitundu ekyo nabo tebasobola kubanga ate bamonitaringa, nabo bagamba nti bafunye obuzibu bunene nnyo okubanga ate bamonitaringa project eyo kuba buli lwagendayo abasirikale abakuuma ku gate babagamba nti eno project ya muntu so si project ya government. Minister Monica Musenero gyevuddeko yagenzeeyo naye asobola okubanga ate azuula amazima. Kye baatugamba kye bamugambye bamutegeeza ne bamugamba nti abantu abaddukanya project eyo ba personalizing a project nti bo ng'abantu b'oku kitundu tebalina kye bagifunyeemu, abakulembeze tebalina kye bagifunyeemu. So minister ne bamusaba asobola okubanga ate either akyusa project eyo bateekemu abantu abalala basobola okubanga ate bagihandolinga oba si kyo bagitaminatingira eddala. Minister olwabadde okubanga ate ayanukula okwogerako n'abannamawulire yasobodde okubanga ate atuyitiramu engeri project eyo gye yatandika n'agamba nti babawa billions 40 okubanga ate bakola project eyo naye agenda okubanga ate yeetegereza nga mujjiddemu emivuyo mingi nnyo mweno project era n'agamba nti structures ezisinga sente ze baba tebakozesa kubanga ate bakozesa bazimba structures eziri ku standard. Agamba Minister Musenero agamba nti yagezaako kubanga ate abakonvinsinga ng'ono ye wa Science and Technology and Innovation bateekewo bizimbe ebiri ku mutindo basobole okubanga ate bakola project ngeri up to date. Wawula agamba nti abakulu bano basobola okubanga ate bazimuula ebiragiro bye n'okusaba kwe ne basobola okubanga ate beeyongerayo ne project nga bwe baali basiimye. So kye yakola engeri gye kiri nti ye muntu ateekako endorsement esembayo kubanga ate abantu bano bafune sente ebiliyoni 8 ze baali basabye yasobola okubanga ate agiteekako nati n'asobola okubanga ate agaana okulirizinga sente ezo. Era ojjukira waliwo MP yasobola okubanga ate amwambalira ku Parliament n'amuyisaamu eggaali awo naye Minister Musenero agamba ebyo byonna byali bipange okubanga ate bonoona erinnya lye. Katukutwale direct mu mboozi eno abakulembeze boogere, ba local leaders boogere, RDC ajja kwogera, ne Minister Monica Musenero ajja kuba ayogera ku nsonga eno eya project ya Sericulture. Sericulture eno project government yali gisuubira muntu oba oli abajja kugifunamu sente nnyingi era nga aba trade bensodo kwanga ate enkunnyonnyola aba taking over project eno balima malubale kyekibala bye bikoola oba kyekibala ekiriibwa n'obuuko obukola sirik. Agamba nti mu districts 20 basobola okuba nga ate bateekamu projects eziwerera ddala 35 naye mu projects zino zonna mu kifo ky'okuba nga ate bongerako babadde nsi bahayalinga abantu okuba nga ate batema malubale ono ng'akuze tebalina kyamukozesa so nga ate basaba sente endala basobola okuba nga ate babongera. Minisita kyasobodde okuba nga ate agaana. Katukugatte ku bakulembeze ne minisita then emboozi eno ojja kuba ogifuna bulungi. Twagadde tukunnyonnyolemu ak'ensusso otegeere background ya project eno na lwaki tugifunyemu interest okuba nga ate tugikutuusaako wano ku Mbale Express TV.
Our Honorable Member of Parliament, RDC and the protocol observed. Most welcome to Chepskunya once more. Madam, when we were in Atara, we were in Ngenge sub-county. So, I wanted to add something about sericulture. I came to learn about sericulture by the time you came, you called our cow, I accompanied her with my team. That's when we learned about sericulture, the existence. So, Madam Honorable Minister, that plant is not assisting the locals of this area. We have tried severally to engage them. I went there personally. After your departure last time, I went there personally with my team, my male councillor from Chepskunya Town Council. Plus the mayor. What took us there, we were going to negotiate with them if they could employ our children. But I'm very sorry to tell you that that doctor told us that the project is personal and he has the final decision. Of recent, I also decided to go there for monitoring because there were some complaints after the death of the other man. So when I reached there, I thought I was going to use my powers as the Secretary for Production, maybe to monitor what is taking place in the production plot there. But I was turned down by those people at the gate. They told me there's no leader who is allowed to enter inside here. We still have very many issues to first of all settle with your community and your leadership. So, Honorable, respect yourself and go back. So I just came back and kept quiet. I informed my mayor and then we were, what shall we do now? Maybe next step we have to go to the RDC. But in reality, that plant is not assisting our people. I also suggest that maybe we see which enterprise is viable for our people and which one is profitable. As of today, I have also learned that there is only one enterprise which can make our people turn away from poverty, and that is beekeeping. With beekeeping, there is no insecurity. With beekeeping, there is no addition of land. With beekeeping, there is no much labor. That was just my suggestion. You are welcome once more.
So, the way that project came to existence is not the way all other projects can be established, like launching in the district through the sub-county. That one just came there directly. We just saw it maybe after they have bought their land and they put their structure there. Okay, we did not even know what sericulture means. We were waiting to see the product of sericulture. But unfortunately, today, they have said the project has died. So that project, we are seeing no benefit because when I interacted with my colleague of Chepsunya Town Council, they were not paying any revenue. And the bosses, we don't know even them. Just as the locals have just mentioned that some of the people died there. So that one shows that is an individual project, because we know all other projects. We have the oil seed, which is now working on the roads. And it has also, I know STEM will also help some farmers. So that one, we know such projects which can help the farmers. So we appreciate you. We still welcome you. This is Soy County, a warm place. Thank you.
Magas Minister Nyagajo. Kay tabonam nye gene de ngale kagajing getijang. Ngale ga siligi. Mida my sub county sundet sub county. Kide kikwa bala kokde kongwa limba ko bobai. Am say ni je chuega ko jesgnya town gang so yele kite sa sundet timbo. Dene mama je bijula jingate lango. Kini ga kite ga ni la ga bagas mit giya. Kinyo minister kanda jaga skia le machila ne amnyi mami go golle kek. Ndeo mami le machitele jigale pa de jine de kina maga go ngale gas jigale sagamagi. Ago sunflower ago toga singela go galle biga kurit. Ndo ngale ga dugale ke bondo bunno de kermo jindit. Ki kwale bigo ware ki kariga BDM dana ki bijige tokol kini kimda aje de begele je libane ne kinyo kamda soma minister le yemaje kasle kariga BDM le ki bijige am Soy County ki bijiga karamoja yemaje kasle yemaje yene biga Soy County. Amaje wa ekte ota kapsa.
People do not come here because they fear sericulture like a lion. They have never benefited from sericulture, and many of them they don't know even what is sericulture and what does it mean. And to make it worse, this project, people knew, including me, I knew this, because the other time we had a meeting with you there. It was September 22nd, 2022, when the man was insisting, and we found that even the government properties are lying on somebody's land. Somebody's land, machines, what they are on somebody's land to calculate massacre. It is not for government, it is for massacre. So this man employs people from Mbale, where up to here. He does not involve any person from Ngenge or this government or Kween. It was our project in Kween, it was our project in the Sepeng region. But the whole Sepeng region, they are crying in vain. They have not paid anything from this. Totally. So, our request is, we don't want to see sericulture. Let government plan and give us another program into that land, because that is our land. let that land be put in there, something like goals or a ranch for government, so that people of Kween, all entire Sebe, we can benefit. But now we are benefiting zero.
You want to know that? Okay.
So in this time, people are looking at new enterprises like keeping bees, like the rice, sunflower, oil seed. It can do better there. Oil seed. These people sunflower. When they get that land, they can do better than this agriculture. So my name is Nabe Peter Sindan. I'm a deputy mayor, Ipswich Town Council. Thank you for your coming. But next time when you come, we want to see those project enterprises moving. So we shall be happy to receive you once again.
That project was made for an individual, but I would recommend that the government takes it on. Because that area is very good for, I saw the worms, the trees they are planted for worms, they can grow very well. We involve the indigenous people also to handle the activity and have that ownership of their activity. Honorable Minister, also dissolving it completely wouldn't be fair because it has value. We only change management or involve people to handle than one individual.
Number one, we have realized that sericulture has been owned by one person alone. And this person has disadvantaged fellow Ugandans in participating in this project. Government invested money in that same project, and this money is not felt in the community. We were really fighting in Kampala thinking that this money has triggered into the community. Honorable Minister, we were blaming you, saying that you are denying us an opportunity to get this money in sericulture.
Honorable Minister,
you can now understand that this person has fenced the area. He doesn't want people to access that particular area. He doesn't want even government officials to go there. We have now learned a lot today that nobody has even benefited from that same project. And now we have come to the conclusion that our conclusion is that we have come to bury this program of sericulture. So sericulture has died. We want to bury it now. We are now in a burial ceremony today. We have decided that the grave will be how many feet? 7 feet, eh? No, then what about the length? No, let's put it 12 feet now. Then plus the length of how many? 4 feet. Now, it is now declared that this sericulture project, sometimes called Marbag something, Malbag, has today been buried in a place called Cheptere in Chepskunya Town Council. And there is now a new baby that has been born today again in Cheptere in Chepskunya Town Council. And that child will be able now to help us in Soy County. And that child is the other program that we have seen. As suggested by Honorable Minister, she's going to send a team that will conduct thorough research
Nye matako shachi tabon kapsa.
On the enterprises that are going to be done in soy.
La tuku ganga jijeka kibigam soy la goka la biko kinyor gare.
That will include B.
Baje nambangale ka sagam.
So that's what we have agreed to do.
Jota jeka jeka sanga gaje jem jindangaleja.
Honorable Minister, the burial ceremony now is now finished.
Kinyala kabuk. Sakpe nyeba mi shit nyeba met.
We have finished
Sericulture.
Honorable Minister, you can only conclude, but I really thank you so much for coming to Soy, and you have really understood our problem.
I took over the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. There was a project called the Sericulture. Sericulture is producing silk. So you grow plants called mulberry, then you bring caterpillars and they eat the plants, and then they spin some threads. And that project had started here. However, it was very clear that the project was being mismanaged. When I tried to look around the project, just what was coming out was not sufficient to explain the amount of money we were putting in it. Now, I have certain principles I work with. One, if they give me something, if they give me a responsibility and I accept, it must work. But if resources are being mismanaged, there is no way that thing can work. Two, I really love to work with people who are clear and we have integrity. So I was not even able to really ascertain properly what this project was doing, because these people were very uncooperative. Today they say, oh, this is land for government. Tomorrow they said it is a personal property. It's like they were playing games with some people just to eat money and then use government resources just for one individual. And moreover, they go to a place like here and they don't even benefit the locals, as you can see. I received so many long lists of people. And unfortunately, they even mobilized members of parliament against me, alleging that they convinced these members of parliament that Msenero is just, she's a bad person, she's trying to malice your people. And so that agenda went on until I called Honorable Chomaset. I said, if this project was helping your people, I want us to go with you to your people. Because they had a caucus, and I called him to my office. He's a good man, so he came. I told him, have you really paid attention to what this project was doing in the community? Because what I was trying to do was to force it. Even if the project in the future would not be as successful, but if the community members were benefiting, then government has fulfilled one of its obligations to provide some jobs. But for me, when I came to this sub-county, to this area, constituency, I found that the staff here had been ferried from Mukono. I could not find a single Kupsabinya, I could not find a single local person who was working in this project. So even the people here, I was the one who informed the cow that, do you know that you have this government project which we are funding? She was like, no, I don't know, I've never seen. I said, there is a project there. Can you find out its location? I'm coming to visit. I want to verify certain things. Then they had very unethical ways of doing things. Very unethical ways of doing things. Very unprofessional ways of doing things. Instead of building, a house which is going to house a factory, it has to be built based on certain standards. But these ones will just come, stand there, hey, kid, now you stand there, now move a few what. So you find a building which cannot house a factory. If you turn on the machine, the house begins to crack because it is not professional. So I struggled with them until I took a very big step of courage and I terminated the project. So, but these members of parliament kept complaining, and when the president came here, some of them met him. They said, Msenero has punished our people. So I wanted to come here with the Honorable Chemoset and say, I want to hear in your presence what your people say about this project. And I think what they have said you have heard. Most of them did not know. The people working here were ferried from other places. Moreover, even those people, many of them were not paid, even when we released the money. So the project might have a future, but the management was very, very bad. And so that is why I came here. But the second reason is I felt after discussing with the honorable member, he has a heart for his people that they were implementing without planning. So anything when you implement without planning, you see this strategic plan, we are moving very, very systematically. Now actually my anxiety is getting seedlings for coffee and cocoa because people are so eager to do it, but we are still going to have it. We have been planning for that. So part of the challenge of the Silk Project is the implementers were more anxious to get more money than to make sure that they are successfully implementing. So they planted a lot of that plant called mulberry. Okay, to do sericulture, sericulture is the growing of silkworm. And then the silkworm turns into the caterpillars or the worms, and then they spin a thread, and that's the thread, it forms a cocoon. When they reach a certain stage, that maggot builds a thread around itself, and then when they have matured, you kill the worm inside, and then you unroll that thread through a process known as reeling. So to do that, there has to be a system. One, you have to have adequate land, and then you also have to plan for the source of eggs. Where are the eggs for the silkworm? So you get the land before you plant the mulberry tree, which is going to get the leaves which feed the worms. You must have a well-organized source of eggs. So what these friends did and what brought disagreements is they went all over the country planting mulberry with no source of eggs for 2 years. For 2 years, they were hiring people to cut the mulberry and throw it away, month by month, because it grows very, very fast. So they spent 20 billion to maintain the mulberry all over the country without actually having eggs, and there was no plan to have the eggs. They said they were going to import the eggs from China. By the time you import the eggs and they reach Entebbe, they are spoiled. In the country, we have no source of eggs. So I was telling them, can't you pause a bit? Pause a bit, let us plan this thing systematically. They were like, no, for us we want money to plant more mulberry, so that I give them money that every month they will cut mulberry, throw it away. Every month they cut the mulberry, throw it away. They have already done it for 2 years. So I said, no, we are not throwing money away anyway. So they did not have a systematic thinking of how to get this done. Plus what I said yesterday, they didn't respect technical. Now with science and technology, you must be very careful to observe standards, because our science and technology is to produce products. The moment you do not follow standards, nobody will buy your thing. Nobody will buy your thing. So you'll invest in it, produce it, and nobody will buy it. So it will waste money. So I'm like, if we're going to build a factory, let's get proper engineering, such that this factory will get certification, and then we'll be able to export what comes out. They're like, no. They were building, allow me speak in Gwere, nga bagere nyumba, bagere rabigere. Bagere rabigere, you know those round huts where you put a peg in the middle, then you do 7 legs, either you are building six legs or 7 legs, then you tie there, then you go around, you estimate. After you finish, then you realize the bed cannot fit in. So that is the mindset which they had. It's just doing things. So I visited all the sites I visited. I was so ashamed of the facilities because I have standards. I have set Uganda. If you see us today, I'm putting on Bodeko, but I usually put on my shirt, making Uganda the best. We have set our science and technology to produce the best, but they were not willing to learn. But I think they are coming around. I see they are coming back around, and if they agree, but also the Chibalo is faulty. It doesn't work. The Chibalo of that industry does not work.
as government, what is your position? Is it completely in the debt sector or you plan to take it over as this year?
We are going to redesign it. The first phase is going to be to get the data, because they were demanding that they need to be funded up to 800 billion. That's a lot of money. Before you sink that money, you must have data which confirms that this thing works. Yes, we know mulberry grows here. Yes, we know the cocoons could grow. But does it make money? So the first stage is for us to see, does it make money? Where does it make money? Because this is unlike coffee, where we already have. Coffee is already here. So with the coffee, we are working on seeing if we add this value, how much money does it make? Should we continue and add another value and see how much money that makes? I am not responsible for producing coffee, and that's the other thing. I really would not love to be involved in the growing of mulberry. I would love to be involved in the adding of value, because then I can work in where I know. I don't have extension officers. So this mulberry needs extension officers all over the country. My sector has only 19 technical staff as of now, 19 only. We don't have any district offices, we don't have extension. So, but this particular person was resistant to work, that we work with Ministry of Agriculture. They didn't want to work with Ministry of Agriculture. So for me, what I want is let us bring Ministry of Agriculture on board, such that they can give extension services and they'll be able to report and follow up. 25, they have, they're in, I think, 35 sites in 25 districts. I don't have staff to do that. When we come up country, we are doing a project. We are trying to work on with a specific innovator. We are not scattered in different places because I haven't built my team to that level.